Have you ever wondered if the world as we know it is all part of a grand illusion? A question that might have crossed your mind at some point. A question that might have led you to delve into the realm of the unknown, the unexplained, the mysterious. Today, we venture into the depths of one such enigma, the alleged Project Bluebeam, a theory so audacious, it challenges our understanding of reality itself. Project Bluebeam, as the whispers in the darker corners of the internet suggest, is a plan of epic proportions, its objective nothing less than the complete transformation of human society. Now, what does this plan entail? The proponents of this theory break it down into 4 distinct steps. The first step is the breakdown of all archaeological knowledge. It suggests that new discoveries will fundamentally alter our understanding of religion and our place in the universe. It's a shake-up designed to leave us questioning our beliefs, our values, our very identity. Next comes the massive space show. Imagine a spectacle that grips the entire world, a high-tech laser show in the sky, simulating an alien invasion or the second coming of religious figures, depending on where in the world you are. The goal? To unite humanity under one banner. The third step delves into the realm of the mind, with telepathic, electronic, two-way communication. The idea is to make individuals believe that their God is speaking directly to them through their own thoughts, driving them towards the new world order. Finally, we have the universal supernatural manifestation, the last act in this grand play. It's a global, supernatural experience, designed to wipe away old beliefs and usher in a new era of unified global consciousness. If this sounds like a science fiction movie, you're not alone. But remember, truth can sometimes be stranger than fiction. As we dive deeper into this theory, keep an open mind. For in the realm of the unknown, nothing is beyond the realm of possibility. To comprehend Project Bluebeam, we must journey back to its roots. Our story begins with a man named Serge Monast. A Canadian investigative journalist and conspiracy theorist, Monast is said to be the originator of this enigmatic project. In the early 90s, he began to share his theory about a grand conspiracy by NASA, a scheme designed to establish a new world order. Monast claimed that this project, which he named Bluebeam, was a 4-step plan aimed at manipulating the minds of the global population. His theory, both fascinating and chilling, sparked interest and curiosity, but also a great deal of skepticism. His claims were largely based on speculative research, personal interpretations, and unverified sources. The lack of concrete evidence made it difficult for many to accept his theory as truth. Yet, it was this very lack of evidence that made the project all the more intriguing to those inclined towards conspiracy theories. Monast's sudden death in 1996 further shrouded Project Bluebeam in mystery. His followers claim his death was anything but natural, suggesting it was orchestrated to silence him and keep the project under wraps. Skeptics, however, view his untimely death as a mere coincidence, not a sinister act of concealment. One must also consider the political and social climate during the time Project Bluebeam was conceived. The early 90s were a time of significant change, with the fall of the Soviet Union and the dawn of the digital age. It was a time ripe for conspiracy theories, with many feeling uncertain and anxious about the future. This context may have played a role in the birth and spread of Project Bluebeam, fueling the fires of intrigue and suspicion. Despite the skepticism, Project Bluebeam continues to intrigue conspiracy theorists around the globe. Whether one views it as a chilling prophecy or a fanciful fairy tale, one thing is certain: Project Bluebeam, with its enigmatic origins and elusive evidence, remains one of the most captivating conspiracy theories of our time. Let us delve deeper into the 4-step plan of Project Bluebeam. The first step of this alleged operation is the creation of artificial earthquakes at precise locations around the globe. These aren't your run-of-the-mill tremors, though. They're said to be technologically engineered tremors capable of exposing new archaeological discoveries that would challenge our understanding of religion and human history. A bold claim indeed. The second step is where things get a little more Hollywood. A grand space show utilizing 3-dimensional holographic laser projections is said to be staged. This display, projected onto the sodium layer 20 kilometers above the Earth, would depict the images of all gods historically revered by us humans. Each god would merge into one god, the Antichrist, to establish the one world religion. The third step is the telepathic electronic two-way communication. It's said that low-frequency radio waves will be used to reach each person within their minds, creating a personal interaction with the new God. This interaction would feel so real, one might find it impossible to distinguish it from their own thoughts. The final step, the fourth step, is the universal supernatural manifestation. It's said that electronic devices will generate ghostly apparitions, making people believe they're experiencing a divine visitation. This would be used to push everyone into accepting the new religion, under the threat of divine retribution. Each step of this plan is more audacious than the last, and the theories surrounding them are as fascinating as they are chilling. The potential implications are vast, from the erosion of our personal beliefs to the manipulation of our senses and our perception of reality. But the question remains, how much of this is truth, and how much is mere speculation? Are we being led towards an orchestrated chaos, only to be saved by a manufactured deity? Or is it all just a grand ruse, a tale spun by the overly imaginative? The four-step plan is designed to lead humanity toward a New Age religion, but at what cost? As with any conspiracy theory, there are skeptics who debunk Project Bluebeam. Now let's delve into the skeptics' realm. It's a place where logic rules, where evidence is king, and where extraordinary claims demand extraordinary proof. One of the main counter-arguments skeptics bring forth is the lack of substantial evidence supporting Project Bluebeam. For a plot of this magnitude, one would expect to find some tangible proof, some smoking gun, but the skeptics argue that there's simply nothing substantial to go on. They point out that the theory rests heavily on conjecture, anecdotal accounts, and speculation, which, though intriguing, do not equate to concrete evidence. Another popular argument that skeptics wield is the sheer implausibility of the operation. The idea of a global conspiracy involving every nation, every government, every scientist, and every media outlet is far-fetched, to say the least. They argue that the logistical, technological, and human resources required to pull off such a grand illusion are beyond the realm of possibility. This leads us into the realm of scientific explanations. Skeptics argue that the science required to project massive holograms in the sky, for instance, is currently beyond our reach. They point out that while we have made great strides in holography, the kind of technology Project Bluebeam proposes is simply not feasible with our current understanding and application of physics and optics. Furthermore, skeptics highlight the logical fallacies within the Project Bluebeam theory. They contend that it's built on a foundation of circular reasoning, where the theory is accepted as true without question, and any evidence to the contrary is disregarded as part of the conspiracy. In closing, skeptics bring to light the importance of critical thinking. They urge us to question everything, to delve deep into the evidence, and to be wary of accepting extraordinary claims without extraordinary proof. The skeptic's perspective reminds us to question everything and to seek evidence before forming conclusions. If Project Bluebeam were to be true, what would be the end game? Imagine a world where your beliefs are manipulated, where your perceptions of reality are controlled by a higher power. This, dear listener, is the alleged endgame of the infamous Project Bluebeam. A world dominated by a New Age religion, ruled under the iron fist of a global dictatorship. The specifics of this endgame are chilling. The idea is to create a simulated reality, a grand illusion so compelling that it would lead to a complete transformation of our societal norms, our values, and our very identities. This New Age religion, as it's called, isn't just about spirituality. It's about control, about power, about creating a unified world under one rule. The global dictatorship envisioned here wouldn't be like anything we've ever seen. It wouldn't be a dictatorship defined by borders or nationalities. Instead, it would be a global system of control, extending its reach into every facet of our lives. Now let's take a moment to consider the implications of such a scenario. Our individual freedoms, our right to question, to think independently, could be severely compromised. We'd be living in a world where our beliefs, our perceptions, even our thoughts, are dictated by a single, all-controlling entity. What would this mean for society as a whole? Would we lose our ability to dissent, to challenge, to innovate? Would we become mere puppets, our strings pulled by invisible puppeteers? Or would we rise against such manipulation, fight for our freedom to think, to believe, to exist? It's a daunting prospect, to be sure, but it's also a reminder of the importance of skepticism, of critical thinking. The power of Project Bluebeam, if it were to be real, lies in its ability to manipulate perception. But perception is a two-way street. It's shaped not just by what we see,